Come with me as we explore the heart of David in Psalm 143. In this psalm, we don't just hear the words of a king. We hear the cry of a soul in need. A man who knew what it meant to be overwhelmed, under pressure, and desperate for God's presence. Let's take this step together and listen closely as David pours out his heart to God, crying for guidance and deliverance in a deeply personal and heartfelt prayer. Psalm chapter 143, verse 1. Hear my prayer, O Lord, give ear to my supplications. In thy faithfulness answer me, and in thy righteousness. David is coming before God, not with entitlement, but with desperation. He begins earnestly, calling out for God's attentive ear, trusting not in his own merit, but in God's faithfulness and righteousness. This is a plea rooted not in self-justification, but in the character of the all-merciful God, who is just, trustworthy, and always faithful. When we bring our petitions to God, we must come humbly, but in faith, trusting what we ask, He hears and will answer, in His timing, not ours. So now that we've learned to approach God honestly, not in pride, but in humility, we keep going. Because being heard is just the beginning. David doesn't stop at asking God to listen. He opens up his heart even more. And that's where the real journey begins, when we not only cry out, but start laying everything at God's feet. Psalm chapter 143, verse 2. And enter not into judgment with thy servant, for in thy sight shall no man living be justified. David acknowledges that no one can stand guiltless before God based on their own righteousness. He understands that if God were to judge him strictly and fairly, he wouldn't stand a chance. This is a moment of deep humility. David humbly acknowledges that none of us could stand justified before God by our own deeds. This truth echoes the heart of the gospel. Our righteousness is not our own. We need not fear coming before God with our frailties. We're not justified by self, but by grace, the grace of God. Let this free you to be honest and transparent before Him. Harden not your heart, nor go before Him coated in pretense.